round 2. So in part 1 we had a game of FLINGO, and unfortunately, although we had a couple of people call out, nobody won. So what we're going to do, I'm going to quickly just pop up onto screen the colours that have been called off already, and this has also been posted in group, so if you need to, just check off what we've already done. And what we're going to do now is we're going to carry on with the game of FLINGO until we get our winner. So I will be drawing some more colours. The colours that have already been drawn still stand, so those are not in the draw that I'm doing now, so you need to make sure you have them marked off. I'm going to carry on calling, and then when we get a FLINGO caller, we will then pause the game and we'll carry on with something else while the pixies work their magic and confirm whether or not we have a winner. So the first thing I need to do is grab the bowl, and just to clarify, you do need to cross off all 15 colours that are on your card. Okay, so right, eyes in, here we go again. First up, pastel blue. And don't forget, once you've crossed off all those 15, you want to type FLINGO into the chat, so that the pixies know, and Pixie B can call out to me. And remember, there is that 10-second delay as well. So that, oh, the first new colour, spring green. And the next one is wine. Oh, and our second, yeah, I don't think we've called any of the new colours so far. We've got bright peach, Hayley's favourite colour. For any of those that were in Fluff Chat a few weeks ago, Hayley has a little mini pixie rant about peach. So we'll leave that one, but moving on. Bright orange is our next one. Sorry, burnt orange. We don't have a bright orange. Oh, I tell you, this is going to be worse than the first one. Burnt orange. The next one is leaf green. Such a nice spring colour. I'm getting down to the wire now. My goodness. The next colour out of the bowl is fox. And next up we have bright blue. And remember, if you call out FLINGO and you do have a winning card, you win the first 5 colours that are actually on your FLINGO card. Next up we have bright purple. Sorry, light purple. Why am I calling everything bright? She's like, oh. You just make it up, it's fine. Bright green, and it is bright, bright green. Oh, have you got FLINGO face? I did get your message, by the way, Nikki, about apparently a new saying of mine, FLINGO face. She likes it. It's Bee's face. Next one, cornflower blue.
Right, Louise Mark. Oh, she's called FLINGO.
Somebody's called FLINGO. Okay,
Louise.
so
You need to send us a picture.
can you, Louise? Can you please send a picture of your FLINGO card to one of the pixies, Pixie Sue, I think, to confirm? Yeah, yeah. I'm getting nodded at. Okay, so while we pause for FLINGO or FLINGO confirmation, What should we do now?
Live draw for the pixie box.
Live draw for the pixie. Oh yeah, pixie boxes. Okay, so what we're going to do first is, as many of you know, the pixies have had their own kind of giveaways going on in group, and it was, I think Vanessa had a name a new mum's Makery fudge. Sue asked you to pick out the 2 colours that had been blended together in the pictures of her post, and Hayley had to post a picture of something that inspired you or you found inspiring. So here are the pixie boxes. This one is Hayley's. So first draw is for Hayley's pixie box, and what you'll need to do is, if your number is called, you'll get in touch with whichever pixie it is that's running that particular box. So Hayley's giveaway was to post a picture of sort of things that you found inspiring, and during the break I had a look through some of the pictures and posts, and by the way guys, loving the sheep, just have to say, loving the sheep. Awesome makes. I was just smiling from ear to ear at seeing them all. So here are some of the pictures that have been posted that caught my eye. This beautiful leaf from Sally. And who doesn't love a chicken? And one of my personal favourites. Yeah, I could sit there and felt, Sarah. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be my spot. And of course, we had to show a bee, because we have a bee. Nice little squirrel there from Lynn. Thanks for posting that, Lynn. He looks like a cheeky chap. And then we've got Tina's little fur baby. What a sweetie. Well, absolutely lovely little pup. And finally, Lynn. Lovely bunch of daffs there, Lynn. So this is for Hayley's prize giveaway, and I'm going to grab a number generator for this particular part. So
Just 1 to 1.
yay Google. Right, it's how many she got? 100.
100.
Right, oh, 100 entrants. Here we go. Right, so let's see if I can. I should, in theory, be able to do this with the close-up. So we've got number 1 to 100, and we're going to generate. And the lucky winner is number 68. So Hayley, if you can, number 68, and shoot me a message as to the name of your winner, who is number 68, please. That would be awesome. We'll announce that in just a moment. So that was for Hayley's box. So I'll pop that there for a minute. Another one. I'm getting Sue's. Yeah, Sue's Pixie. I don't know. They're not in any. Oh yeah, this is Pixie Sue's box. They're all looking very nondescript, so you don't know what's in them. They're very, very. I know what's in them, obviously. But what's Sue's number? 1 to
61.
1 to 61. Okay, let me just put 61 in. And oh, focus. There we go. Right, so number 1 to 61. Number 26, please, Sue. If you wouldn't mind, number 26, and shoot me the name of your winner so that we can announce them in a moment. And then finally, last but not least,
got to 112.
Vanessa's Pixie box. And what was Vanessa's number, please?
122.
122. And this was the fudge names, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. We were having a look at those. 122.
112.
Oh, 112.
Yes.
Okay.
112.
Okay, so let's just do the draw for this one. Number 112. And your number, Vanessa, is number 21. So if you'd like to shoot B your names of your winners, please, Pixies, that would be great. Thank you so much. Okay, so do we have a confirmed FLINGO winner?
We are just working on
They're still working on it. Okay, that's fine. What we're gonna do now is what you were fudge naming, weren't you?
Pixie pick me up.
Some of the fudge names that made us chuckle while we were having our tea and biscuits. Pixie pick me up.
Fixie fudge.
Pardon me?
Fixie fudge.
You want me to say that?
Yeah. Fixie fudge.
I knew you were going to do this to me. Fixie pudge. Yeah, I got it. Okay.
I needle fudge.
I needle fudge. Go on then, one more.
How about Pixie-licious?
Pixie-licious. There we go. Some great names, guys. They were really making us chuckle during the break. So thank you for that. Okay, so if your numbers have come up, the Pixies will be in touch with you for your details after the show to get you sorted out. We will announce the winners momentarily when the Pixies have done their thing. So is it secret make time?
Number 68 was D. Lawrence.
Oh, who?
D. Lawrence, number 68 for Hayley's.
Okay, so we've got a winner for Hayley's draw, for Hayley's box, and that was D. Lawrence. Yep. Congrats, D. Nice one. That box will be on its way to you on Monday, but we'll confirm all of the dress details and stuff like that after the show. Okay.
Number 26 is Esther Lam.
Oh, Esther. Hi, Esther. Esther, you have won whose box?
That is for Sue.
Oh, Sue's box is going to Esther Lam.
And no idea on Vanessa's.
And we're still waiting on Vanessa. Lovely Vanessa. Vanessa, hurry up. Okay? All right, so are we going to do the make now? Can we do the make now?
Yes.
Yes. Yay.
Mystery.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Where is it? So, as many of you know, we have a secret mystery make, and when we were going to do the show, we launched a few make and takes, and they were named, but this one is completely different. So, for those of you who have been good and haven't opened your box, go ahead and it's a seahorse. Look, it's a little seahorse. It's very cool. Right, so I'm just going to adjust some lights very quickly because I've noticed that they got a bit turned around during the break. There we go. Hopefully that will help. There we go. I'm back. Ta-da! So, little seahorse. Now this is a little bit more of an intricate shape that you can see. We've got these sort of frilled edges. So the technique for doing this will be very much similar to that of the frilly edge on the daff. You've got 3 different colours of green. You've got the spring green, which is our newest green. You've got some lichen, and you've got some leaf green. And those are the 3 colours that you've got there. So the plan is that we're going to fill the whole template with the leaf green. And I think there is 2.5 grams of the leaf green available for you there. You're not going to need all of it. So if you have yourself a little pocket scale, now's the time to break that one out. I'm just going to double check yeah, it's 2.5 grams of the spring green that you've got in your envelope, and you're going to want to break that in half-ish. For those of you that are weighing out, 1 gram and a little bit to one side. So, to start filling the template, I'm going to start at the nose, and I will move my my little mat around. I'm going to start, probably finish and end with my 40 spiral. But I'm just going to pull off a pinch, a good pinch of the spring green. Oh, it's also worth pointing out that this little dude does have a wiring hole in his tail, so which kind of does feed straight up through here, so you can get a nice strong 18 gauge wire. You could put a wire up a smaller gauge and put a little loop in his belly, but you can wire this so you can actually have him sticking out of things as well. So, as always with sort of lumps and bendy bits, we're going to grab that, fold it over, and then that rolled edge up into his snoot. Lightly tacking it down to my surface, just to hold it in place while we just pull off another bit. And let me just get this, see if I can get this camera a little bit more down so you can see that. For doing these bits, it's very much a much smaller version of that, so you're going to pull off really little pinches, fold them over and get them up into that little bit, and then you want some frizz right up in there like that. And that's what we're going to do for each. I think if you're not used to felting with the templates, the kind of method I think you jump straight in with is stick everything in the middle and try and felt it to the outside. And with templates, that's actually the opposite.
Ellen would like to know why
Yeah.
you roll the edge over, please.
Oh, okay, yeah. So why I roll the edge over? Hang on, let me move this camera back up just a touch so I can get my hands there. So if I just stuck it in like that, you can see you've got all of these frizzies that stick out this way. Whereas if you fold it over and put it in, you see how there's not any frizzies stuck out this way. So by creating that rolled edge, you're already creating that shape in the template, and I just find that it just creates a much smoother kind of bumpy bit, I guess. So that's why I do it. Good question. Thank you. So I'm just going to work down, putting a tiny little rolled edge into each of these little bumps. And again, very lightly tacking it to my surface. Make sure that the frizz overlaps. But you don't want to drive this too hard. This is just the first layer. We're just putting down. So again, another little pinch. Just stack your fibres, get that rolled edge. And then into your little bump. And then this frizzy bit, make sure it overlaps so you create that join. And this is held to my surface, not, it's not stuck completely. I'm just going to go back over that. This front on camera doesn't actually have any zoom or anything, so please bear with me if I start wandering over camera.
a nice little rolled edge up into that little bump there. And then we've pretty much got his head sort of section, at least with that sort of little first layer down. Very light stabs, just joining all that frizz up together. Last one. Down in his, is that a mane on a seahorse? I don't, yeah, it's the equivalent of a seahorse mane. I'm sure there's some real technical term for it. So, what I've got now is all of my little bumps have some fluff in them, and this is all very loosely felted, but it is attached to the mat at the moment. And then we're going to do the same thing for his wing. What is that? Not a wing. What's the fishy flappy thing? Flippers? Is it a flipper? Fin. It's a fin. There we go. Good God. We got there in the end. No alcohol was consumed during the break. Maybe it should have been. So the next, in his fin, we're going to do exactly the same thing and just work down, putting that little rolled edge into that bump, and just nicely lightly tacked to the surface just to hold it in place. And this is where, as I think I mentioned before, you know, the flat mat and felt topper really comes into its own. So last little thin bit. And again, I'm not driving, I'm just, you can feel, if you've got a flat mat, you'll know what I'm talking about. When your needle just touches that surface, you can feel it, it stops. So a little bit of overlapping frizz, and now I'm going to carry on and fill his belly. So this is the edge, so I'm actually going to just fold there and just put some fibres into his belly. And we're just laying down the first layer. So nothing has to be pretty, nothing has to be firmly felted. It's just making sure that everything is overlapping and connected, which I will aptly demonstrate what happens when they're not, because as it's on live camera, mine's going to fall to pieces. So, down into the tail, I'm just going to work, and I'm going to do this by just running my needle around the inside of the template. I'm not coming up high and stabbing down, just running my needle in, and it will take all of those fibres down into that template for you. And then the tricky bit, the curl of the tail. So for this, you know, if you can see very well, I've sort of come around this bit, but now I'm going to start in the curl and come back round to meet. So small bit of fluff, because I want that end of his tail to be quite solid. So I'm going to do that folding, put that roll right into that tip. Just get it tacked down a tiny little bit. Like so. And then bring all the rest of that frizz. Just using the first barb or two on my needle. This is definitely a little fiddly template, this one, but worth it. They look so sweet when they're done. So, moment of truth. or disaster. But it's fine. It's nothing that can't be put back into the template and fixed. So I'm just very, very lightly going over everything because this is going to be stuck to my surface, but I don't want it stuck too much. I can see that here I just need to add a pinch more just to level it out with everything else. I hope I'm not going off camera, trying to watch my fingers. So, a little bit. And you can see I'm not doing very big stabs. I'm just running my needle around. There we go. And that brings all that frizz in. There we go. Okay, so hopefully, she says, I'm going to lift that off and you can see it's sort of getting there. Tickle it off. There we go. So we've got a messy seahorse, but that's okay. We can deal with messy. As you pop it back into the template, just take a moment to pop your little bumpy bits back into the right slot of his mane. And then his wing, fin, not wing, fin. There. And there we go. So then all over. And once you get it back in, just a little wiggle, sort of every few stabs will mean that it won't stick to your surface. So let's get his tail in. And again, fiddly fiddly, but you can also use the other end of your needle to help pop it back in, if that works for you. There we go. So if you watched the first broadcast, I did a little kind of compacting technique, which is very, very short, tiny little stabs, just using the first sort of barb on the needle and just allowing it to hit that surface and stopping. So it's going to compact all of these fibres and make them really sort of really firmly felted, but it's not going to attach your seahorse to your bed, so, or your surface. I'm going to do that all over. Work over the whole thing. So whilst I'm doing this really boring bit, did we have a FLINGO winner?
We did, yes.
We have a FLINGO winner. Congratulations, Louise. Well done.
She is the winner.
She is the winner. So if you would like to, I suspect that you've probably already sent your FLINGO card details through. So you have won the first 5. Oh, there we go, we've got it. So you have won the first 5 colours on your card. Congratulations. So we're just about there with the first layer. Now I'm just going to go over and check for any sort of thinner bits. So he's got a chunky neck, but he's got a little bit of a flat belly. So I'm going to pop in a little bit more around that belly. And to do that, I'm going to put the middle bit of this fluff on that edge, like that, so that then all of this comes back in and just bulks out that edge there. And then just let the frizz come right across so that it will blend out really nicely into the rest of your project. And then we're back with that compacting technique again. So I think, oh no, he still needs a little bit more. I didn't wiggle my seahorse. He got stuck. And if it does get stuck to your surface, just, you know, take the felt off and say that you were supposed to be doing a 2D picture. I've gotten so many things stuck. So all over. And if you also notice that, again, I've still not turned this one over. I've worked continuously just on this side. Don't forget to wiggle. And because this is a little fiddlier, we are going to take a little bit longer over him. But that's okay, because he's going to look lovely. There is a post on group now. I know lots of you have posted your sheep individually, but there is a post that Pixie Haley has put up for your sheep, and if you haven't, then please do add your sheep to that thread, because that post in its entirety will be put into the Fluff Hall of Fame that is the event topic. The group does have topics, so it's easy for you to find things. Okay, so I have gone over my little seahorse again and again and again. And again, you can see this side, we've got lots of pit marks and what do you call it? Needle marks, that's it. Whereas on this side, look at this side, it's so lovely. There we go. Yes, what I've put in here at the moment is the spring green. That's one of our new colours, and so far I have used 1 gram. In the envelope there's 2.5 grams, so that you've got loads, because we're going to do a little bit of tummy shaping and stuff as well. So I'm just going to firm him up just a smidge more, and then I am going to turn him over a little bit. And this isn't completely firmly felted, this still has a little bit of spring in it. Looking at your horse, so I want to give him a bit of a belly here to give him a bit more of a contour. I'm going to leave his fin and his mane at the size that they are, and I'm going to give him just a little bit of a cheek and a little bit of a tum. There's no real weight and measure to this either, so this is probably about 0.3 of a gram. And what I'm going to do is I want to build up just this little lump or hump here and make it a little more contoured. So I'm going to give myself that rolled edge, and I'm going to put that rolled edge right on his tum, and then go round and just attach that rolled edge right there. And then I don't want this to come all the way across, I actually want to keep it all over here. So I'm just going to start by bringing it over to where I want it, and then with a very vertical needle just start bringing it all in. Run it around that edge, because we want this bit to be a bit fatter, and then we kind of want it to taper out. So we'll do a first pass with this, I haven't gone wandering off camera, have I? No? No, I'm okay. Okay. So I've got this sort of lump, and I'm just going to push it over with my finger. Run it around. And then kind of blend it out. And you might be able to see that we're starting to get a little bit of a rise there for his tum. So I'm going to contour this by pointing my needle slightly that way. The wool will go the way you point your needle, but obviously be aware that if you're pointing that way, you could hit the side of your template, so just be mindful. And then straight down with that compacting technique. I'm still on my 40 spiral, which is a very, very light needle. You could use a 38 spiral. It's a little bit more grabby, but for such small projects, I find that the larger needles are just too aggressive, especially with this wool, because this wool does felt really super quick. So straight up and down and round, and hopefully you can see that I'm starting to, he's got a little bit of a tum. And then I'm just taking that contour and making it a little more pronounced. So that's how we've done that bit. And we're going to do exactly the same. And we're going to do exactly the same in this little bit of his cheek. Just there. Again, it's going to be a smaller bit, so a pinch. And that's probably a bit much. Just going to start by popping it down in the area, and again bringing those end bits, try and keep my fingers out the way as best I can. Just want it all the way down here. And the best thing you can do is go grab some seahorse pictures and have a look. This is probably a little quick and crude, but you get the idea. So I'm just going to put down a little more. I do love this new spring green colour. How many colours have we got now? It's like 55, isn't it? 55 colours in our range. Wow. That's not bad going. So then I'm just going to sort of let this kind of taper out. And then do a little bit of sculpting. I want it to go a little bit further down that way. So I'm going to point my needle just using that first barb and just sculpt round. And hopefully, if my camera's behaving, you'll be able to see the sort of contours that we're creating. He's got like a little puffy cheek and a little puffy belly. And this is our sort of our base layer. I'm just going to spend a moment going back into those frilly bits very lightly. Just the tip of my needle again. That lovely little compacting technique that really makes all of those fibres nice and firm. There we go. So I'm going to pop him out of the template a minute so you hopefully can see a little better. But there, can you see his contours? I think that's coming out okay. He's got a little, there's the side on, so you can see there's a little bit of a tum, a little bit of a cheek. There he is, front on. So I will get mine back into the template. Let's just get that tail in. Oh, mine's being problematic. There we go. A little bit of gentle persuasion. Firm up that tail. Okay, so once you've got your kind of sculpted piece and you've got a little bit of contouring going on there, we're going to add in a little bit of extra colour just to give him some definition. So you've got some lichen and some leaf green. What did you do when you did your seahorse, Bee? We're going to pause for the front on camera while I talk to Bee. She made a really sweet horse. I stole it. Did you blend both of these together?
Yes.
She did. Okay, so that's what we're going to do.
Yep. What you can layer then?
I'm going to grab a little bit of the leaf, equal amounts leaf and lichen, and I'm going to hand blend. Probably a lot of you know about hand blending, but for those that don't, when you hand blend, you have your two colours, you stack one on top of the other, and you just pull them apart and stack. Pull them apart and stack. Pull them apart, turn through 90 degrees, pull them apart and stack. And then you can just rough it up however you like. But it does create some sort of individual sort of blocks of colour. Obviously, if you want to create a finer blend, you would use your carding brushes or dog brushes, but we're going to go with a little bit of this hand mix. I'm going to pull off a pinch. I don't want to put too much down to start with because I want to keep some of this original base colour to come through. So I'm going to pop my colour right on his belly, on the edge of his belly, and we'll try and keep my fingers out the way. So right round on the edge of his belly, and then allow this frizz to filter back, and it will blend out and create a really nice kind of sort of shaded out to the original colour green. And you can do this wherever you want. You can put some colour on his cheek, you can put it on the tip of his tail, you can not colour his belly, you can colour his frilly bits. It's entirely up to you, and that I think is all that I am going to do to his belly. I'm going to put another pinch of this hand blend up into, or just on his cheek, I think. Really, really light little wisp around the edge, and then allow it to sort of come down and blend back in with the colour on his belly, and I think that will look quite nice. Do have a look at some seahorse pictures. Obviously you can use different colours. It's such a sweet template, and the template is going to be available probably next week, I think. So it's just a really light little bit of shading, then that compacting technique, just go around all those little contours again, and I would probably spend another few minutes just going all over this again, but I'm going to stop now. I really am. I never do it. Right, let me just do this tail. I'll just do his tail, and then I'll stop. And a bit of his belly. Just that. Right, stop. Okay, so let's pop him out. And there we have our lovely little seahorse. Leave it alone. And you would perhaps use different colours or whatever else you want to do. That's absolutely entirely your vision for this project. You could iron the fin and the mane to make that a little more thin, but again, entirely up to you. These frilly bits now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my needle and I'm just going to make them a little more accentuated just by going in each one of those dips. And I'm just running my needle back and forth. And you'll see it just makes them a little more pronounced. And again with the fin. So there we go. There's our little seahorse. There is also included in the bag some black and some white if you wanted to do an eye. However, the last time with the sheep, I found that the Sharpie just did it infinitely better. So I've got a green Sharpie because I've put the black Sharpie down somewhere and I know not where it is. So no, B's stolen it. We're blaming the pixies. For putting his little eye on, all I'm going to do is just dot. And that will do it for me. You can use the little beads. You can use the, oh, there's the black Sharpie. That'll probably be better. So I've done a little dot there, and then I'm just going to dot it with black as well. Just a slightly smaller dot. I think on the one that you did, you used a bead, didn't you? A seed bead or something on yours, which looked so sweet. But there is your seahorse, your secret mystery make. There he is. And as I said before, this one has a wiring hole, so you can wire him and have him stuck in arrangements and, oh gosh, all kinds of good things. So that's our mystery make. I hope you have enjoyed it. I really, you actually have Pixie Vanessa to thank for this one, because I mentioned that I did want to do something different that wasn't announced for the show, that made the online event something a little bit, a little bit more special, a little bit more, different than if you were at the show. And I said, I really need to think of something that I haven't really done before. And she went, seahorse. And I went, that'll do. And now you have a seahorse. So, what's next? Secretary Pixie. We have a winner. We like winners. A winner of?
Vanessa's Pixie Box.
Yes, Vanessa's Pixie Box winner.
Which was number 21.
Number 21. Elaine Cousins. Congratulations, Elaine. Well done. You get Pixie Vanessa. I know you're going to love it. You're going to get Pixie Vanessa's box. Gosh, all my words are going now. Contact Pixie Vanessa, and I mean, to be fair, I've got your address anyway. I know where you live. So we will get that box to you on Monday. So that's the seahorse mystery make. I hope you guys really like the seahorse. He's so sweet.
Shades of Spring are now live on the website.
Yes. Thank you from the Peanut Gallery. Shades of Spring is now actually live on the website. I know, I checked it. My muff up, I'm afraid. I didn't push the right button. So yeah, Shades of Spring is now available on the website. It's a beautiful new colour pack. 10 lovely spring colours, and it also features the 4 brand new colours that we have launched today, effectively, isn't it? So that is, the new colours are Spring Green, Buttercream, Pink and Bright Peach. Yes, and the random bit of fluff that you would have in your event box is one of those colours. So although Spring Green was in your little seahorse make kit, the random colour was one of the other 3 colours. So you either got bright peach, pink or buttercream in your event box. So we have a FLINGO winner, we have box winners. What's next, boss? Yes. I did do this earlier, so I won't make quite such a big scene of it this time, but I'm just going to bring out, I am going to bring out Spring Lamb, who is April's sponsored, I know it's March, I know, but he had to have a little preview. All his details and everything, not to make him, but details about the artist that has made him and links to her page will be going up at the beginning of April. So you'll be able to see some of her. She's written something on a piece of paper. She didn't learn the last time she did this. Use a Sharpie. I can't see from over here.
Free gift.
Oh, free gift. Yes, there is a free gift for every order today. You can tell it's getting really late in the day now because I'm just like, yay, I'm forgetting everything. So every order that is placed today gets a free gift. It's not a template and it's not fudge. It's something completely different and it is for you. It's not something that you can make to give to somebody else. This is something that we have made for you to use. You do need to read the label. That's all I'll say about that. It's like another mystery. It's like another surprise. You're getting another surprise. So we like surprises. Okay, I think, I did, during the break earlier, I was looking at the Facebook feed whilst stuffing my face with tea and biscuits. And I just have to say, funniest picture ever. And Liz, oh my God. He's brilliant. Look at that picture. That is just the happiest pupper you have ever seen. He's completely mental. Look at him. He's lovely. So I think we should do at some point a fur babies and felts combo sort of picture. But Liz, I love that picture. That really made me chuckle. That was absolutely brilliant. Thank you for posting it. And thank you to everybody else who have been posting your sheep pictures and comments and everything else. It is the first live broadcast I did earlier. And the response has been just amazing. So thank you guys so much. Okay, moving on. What are we doing now? We're doing the raffle? Yay! Raffle!
What the tickets are for.
Yes. Okay, so let me put that down there. And let me get the other fishbowl. So we have 3 raffle prizes. We do. We have 3 raffle prizes. Now, I know some of you may not have got your event boxes yet. I know that obviously with everything that's going on at the moment, there has been some delays on some postage routes and what have you. So the numbers that we draw today will be held for that prize. So if we draw your number and you haven't got your box yet, that number will still stand. You have, what should we say, a week? So maybe a week tomorrow. So you have Sunday, a week tomorrow to contact us. We need a picture of your raffle ticket, please. Thank you. Okay, so what's the first prize? The first prize is going to be for the, not for this, not like you get that. You don't get that. Sorry, that's mine. But actually, it's for my mum, but don't tell her. The first prize is going to be a tulip template set and kit when it's launched. You'll get the first one out the gate. So that's what the kit that we will do for this prize will make 7 tulips and it's 14 leaves because you can make 7 big leaves and 7 small leaves. It's a big template set. So I need a drum roll button. That's what I need. I need a drum roll button. So the winner is dun, 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 number 120. 120. 120. And you get the tulip kit and template set and tutorial, because it's not going to be much use without that. So number 120. If you could please send a pixie your message if your raffle ticket is number 120, please, and you must include a picture of your raffle ticket. The second prize is, I'm going off script. Right, the second prize is, she went Shades of Spring. No, this one. The second prize is a flat mat and topper set and a set of the 3 needles, my favourite 3 needles, which are the light blue, which is a 40 spiral that you've seen me using, the 38 spiral, which is the purple top, and then the 36 star, which is a real workhorse of a needle. So the second raffle prize, flat mat, topper set and needle pack. So exciting. I love raffles. Right. And here we go for the flat mat. Okay, 102. 102. So if your number is 102, please send your picture of your ticket to one of the pixies. And the third and final, she stood over there going, Shades of Spring. It's for a Shades of Spring pack. So here we go, here we go, here we go. And the winner for the Shades of Spring is number 29, number 29. So again, if your number is number 29, please contact a pixie and send them a photo of your raffle ticket. That's it. Is that it? Is that? Yes, I'm being nodded at. There we go. So I meant to do that. So that is the seahorse make. That is the jewels, the raffles and everything else done, I believe. We're pretty good to go. I think that is basically everything that we have for the second broadcast. Thank you so much, guys, for spending your time with me today. It has been an absolute pleasure to do this broadcast. I was nervous as anything to begin with, and it has just been brilliant. We've absolutely loved it. B and I have been having a right giggle at the posts and everything in the break, so it's just been brilliant. Thank you so much again. I hope that you have enjoyed it. There has been talk of making it more regular. Watch this space. I wanted to do this one and just see if everything worked and how you guys felt about it, and it seems to have gone down quite well. So we're going to have a sort of a pixie conference later on and decide what we might do next. So watch this space. Thank you again. I hope you have enjoyed your magical mystery seahorse make. And from me, the Pixies and everybody here at Fluff Headquarters, I wish you all a very crafty day.